What's going on, everybody? This is Jen, catching you on my downtime. Hope you're all having a great day. A while ago, I had done a video about cutting back on Facebook and things of that nature, and I did, which helped me tremendously. And even though I'm on there every day, mainly to manage my business page, I find that I'm on there every other day, every day, doing other activities that are quite useless. Again, also finding that since coming back to Facebook on a regular basis, or semi-regular basis, people are kind of unleashing their inner psycho a lot more than they had before, which is a little bit weird, and that's to say the least. But also, people, people are more than ever starting to become more paranoid, jump to conclusions, have knee-jerk reactions based off of those conclusions that they reach without discussing anything. And it's kind of rubbed me the wrong way to where I started doing the same. I started to just figure, okay, well, if nobody wants to speak to me directly, then I may as well just do the same thing, right? No, I really shouldn't. I inadvertently stooped down to their level, which is quite stupid. And I just am starting to come to the conclusion again, but on a deeper level, that, like, Facebook is stupid. Literally, like, God. Yeah, I know this is like a boring video, but this is, like, I guess I'm gonna create like a mini diary, because I'm gonna be purging again. Now, while I've been on my daily tasks and still doing what I need to do with business, and I'm not slipping up there, I feel like in my personal life, things are slipping up quite a bit, and it's leaving me feeling something I never feel unless, like, somebody passed away or something. If my hair looks weird, it's because there's, like, a little bit of leftover pomade in it, so you'll have to excuse that. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many times I wash it. Like, even after the third washing, it still looks a little bit stringy. Yeah, I'm not to the point where I'm, what do you call it? I can't even think straight. Other thing about being on Facebook so damn much, you can't even freaking think straight, never mind finish a sentence. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's not to the point where I'm, not paying attention to my hygiene, things that have to get done around the house, etc. It's definitely not that bad, thank goodness. I never want it to become that bad, because if it ever does, I would just end up deactivating the damn thing. Yeah. But it's gotten to the point where I literally started to feel depressed, and I didn't realize it, but it's been going on for, like, the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so. Something around that. So I know that something's wrong, obviously, if it's going on consistently for that long. Yeah. It's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I'm on top of my business, I'm still doing what I have to do, but on a personal level and psychological level, it is affecting me quite a bit. Like, I couldn't even think to how, like, I would finish the sentence. Like, that's ridiculous. Feeling depressed, to me, is ridiculous. I know some people are going to disagree and be like, oh my god, but, you know, it happens to people. Yeah, okay, but you don't have to stay there, you know, like, I'm the type of person who firmly believes in overcoming things, moving on to the next phase of my life. Definitely being more than somebody who can function in society. I want to do a hell of a lot more than just function and survive. Um, so I don't, say, oh yeah, I want to hold my own hand, so to speak, and enable it, and thinking that it's okay to be depressed when normally I'm not. Definitely, I don't think that there's a need to seek out professional help or anything like that for the depression that I've been feeling over the past 2-3 weeks, because I know why I've been. I've been on Facebook too fucking much. Honestly, that's what it is. Also, what I mentioned earlier, about people kind of being paranoid, assuming things from their assumptions, then have knee-jerk reactions, and the fact that they do hurt me, and I allowed it to hurt me. Yeah, it's not healthy. It's just not a healthy place to be. It makes people incredibly anxious, stressed out, making people feel like they're obligated to be on the damn thing all freaking day when it's not necessary. Yeah, it gets to that point again. I thought that I would be okay, but no. I still have it running in the background like every day, constantly checking for updates, etc. It interrupts my day and it gets on my damn nerves. Yeah. I'm surprised I could still function and run my business despite this going on. But yeah, it's gotten to that point where it's just ridiculous now, and it's the 30th, starting today. If it has nothing to do with my Facebook business page, which I should only check like 3 times maximum a day for notifications, messages, etc., I need to be off of Facebook. It is like, honestly, the worst freaking device that everybody seems to be so damn addicted to. Everybody's like, oh, I'm bored, or I'm depressed, or like they post memes that are quite depressing. Those just in my thoughts type of thing. But they do it like constantly and every day. Not that there's anything wrong, with ranting once in a while and talking about some things that you want to talk about with your close friends or whatever. That's fine. It is what it is. But at this point, I think that it's a fail for me. It doesn't really work. I'd rather just talk with somebody in person about whatever's going on. Nobody ever holds a real conversation like that in person anymore, because they think that they see everything that's going on in your life on Facebook, when in fact they don't. Nobody bothers to write out a letter and send it snail mail anymore. Nothing like that. Nobody seems to write out cards and sends cards anymore. Like, everything has to be instant, quick, because I'm so busy. No, you're not. You're sitting there scrolling, swiping. You're not busy. You're distracted. And I'm sure that just like me, you're incredibly unhappy. Incredibly unhappy. You wonder where your life went. You wonder if you're going to get anywhere in life. You just start to kind of freak out a little bit, even though, everything with your life personally is going well, much better than you think. You look at everybody else's life and you're just like, wow. You just start comparing yourself like, damn, I didn't hit that benchmark yet. I must be failing somewhere. Something must be wrong with me. That could also cause depression. And I noticed that in myself, especially today, because today's Monday. Normally, Mondays for me is like mega hustle. I just do not stop. I'm always focused on my tasks, finishing my tasks, everything. Generating my own leads, everything. I didn't want to do any of that today. That's not cool at all. That is just not fucking cool. Yeah. So, that being said, like I said, if I'm not checking my business page, I'm staying the heck off the website. I don't care who wants to banter back and forth about dumb bullshit. If you really want to talk to me, not everybody has my mailing address, so I guess message me, and I'll get back to you when I can. Yeah. I think it would be better that way. And I'm going to start off doing that for a month. And I want to see my progress. I want to document it day by day. And I'm going to be doing that here. I also have my journal that I'm writing in every single day, which does help me to kind of rant, but in a constructive way. You know, instead of ranting and posting and having people either ignore it or argue with me, I would rather propose my own solutions in the same journal entry and then revisit that journal entry and then write down my results once I get through that thing that may have been bothering me. Yeah, so if you guys are looking to either cut back on Facebook or give it up completely, or like social media that has nothing to do with business or your industry or your employment, you might want to do that. The whole journaling thing. You know, just write like a one paragraph rant. Doesn't have to be 10 pages unless you're like really pissed off, then okay, by all means write 10 pages. I'm not going to tell you what to do specifically, but for me, I just write out like a very simple 5 to 7 sentence paragraph. Because I have a way of doing that. I have a way of taking like a whole slew of thoughts and feelings and putting it into like a condensed paragraph. I learned how to do that because of social media. So I guess there's a bonus there. That would be the only one that I could think of right now. And then of course I'll, bullet point perspective solutions, and I'll choose freaking dog, so loud. And I'll choose like one to a few of those solutions, try them out, and then document my my results to see how that goes. Yeah, my next door neighbor's dog is a complete freaking psycho. I'm totally serious. He would not stop barking for shit. Nobody even has to be out in the yard, and he just barks at nothing. He just barks at thin air. It's irritating. Very irritating. Sorry. Now I'm just like listening for noises, like, okay, what's going on? Interesting. Hold on a second. Okay. It's my other next door neighbor. We had new neighbors move in. This person's in their yard sawing something with no floodlight on. How do people do that? Literally, in the dark with no fucking floodlight on. Like, aren't you afraid that you're gonna cut yourself? I know it's not my yard, because I could see that, and I know where the noise is located. That's weird as shit. Anyway, so I'm back on that. Back on my purge. You wouldn't think that something like that could become serious, but it actually does. I mean, I used to think that it was laughable. I always thought that it sounded laughable, but people truly do become affected quite heavily by social media. Especially when they're just sitting there and communicating or quoting that shit, because they're really not. Yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking that I'm missing something. That's what makes me want to check back on it. Stupid mistake. Yeah. Yep. I fell off the wagon. I did. I fell off the wagon. Yeah. I know this is probably like the most boring vlog to some people, but this is how it is. Like, this is the reality of it. This is how it is when the realization of something affecting you negatively finally hits. And you're on day one like, oh shit. You know, it's kind of like that. This is what happens. This is what it looks like and sounds like. It's not interesting at all. Not really. Especially when you're on social media a lot. Like I said, like all throughout the day. Either every day or every other day. You tend to kind of lose your own voice. Your own thoughts. Like you have very few to none. And I know it sounds like I'm insulting myself. It's terrible. But that's actually what happens. Because you look so forward to seeing, you know, what everybody else is posting. Oh my god, I have to catch up. What if I'm missing something? And you're reading all that garbage and it starts to, you know, leak into your mind to the point where that's how you think. You know, if you've ever found yourself quoting a Facebook meme, you know that it's gotten to the point where it's sunken in your brain completely. And, you know, you're just all like excusing it by saying, oh, for the lack of a better phrase. No, come up with a better phrase, dude. Stop lacking. That's another problem, honestly, with being on websites like that constantly, is that there really is nothing to gain from it. You are lacking constantly, and this is what they're thriving off of. They don't care. They don't care about that. They don't care about you. There are a lot of social experiments that are going on, like psychological experiments that are quite, you know, black hat, very dark. And these are the type of things that divide people that were at one point incredibly close with one another. They destroy relationships. There's no way in hell that they actually create or strengthen relationships the way that I see it now. I used to think differently. I used to think, oh, this is how I keep in touch with everybody. No, this is how I get to see the darkest parts of everybody's minds. How I start to lose my own mind. How I stop thinking for myself. And how I become addicted, because even though a lot of, you know, what I read and what I see is very disappointing and depressing, I still go back. Like, I don't know why. It's really weird. Why am I doing that to myself? Yeah. It is really bizarre. I can't pinpoint why that happens. Because I've never been that type of person before, to just constantly go back to like a situation overall that hurt me or made me feel depressed. I would just walk the hell away from it and start over. You know, because life goes on. It's very bizarre. I really don't understand it. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough, but yeah, this is day one all over again. And yes, I'm going to be doing this for a month. See you guys on the next day.